military. What did you do in the service?
I was a helicopter crew chief for 6 out of the 8 years. And I really actually had the distinction of being attached to HMX-1, which is the President's Squadron. And those guys are all pretty well handpicked. That was real hard. But I'm one of 5 brothers where all of us were United States Marines.
Wow.
And the United States Marine Corps was, to me, when I went into the Marine Corps in 1955, I had the distinction of coming out of my platoon 117 as the honor man. And in those days, they didn't give you the dress blues, but you got promoted to PFC. But I've been married for 62 years, the same woman.
Congratulations. Wow.
And like I said, I went in 1955 and got out in 1963. Came out as a Sergeant E5. But as a crew chief, didn't spend any time in Vietnam because Vietnam hadn't started then. It was starting, but wasn't full till after I got out. But I really enjoy what I do. I've been fairly successful in my life. The last probably 5 or 6 years have changed. I was an automotive dealer very close to you, so I hear, over here at the internet. John and I started that dealership in 1995.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing that anymore, obviously. But I'm just telling you, I can't tell you how impressed I am with the adoptive vet program. From the time I went into the Truckee Meadows Community College, your lab and everything up there, everybody's fantastic. Everything's on time. They call you. They do what they say they do. Everybody's got a great attitude. And I couldn't help but bring cookies or something every time I came in there.
How did you find out about Adopt a Vet?
You know, I was talking to somebody and they recommended I call it. And I'm just trying to figure out who told me to call. But the really great gal, Charlotte.
Yep.
I
Okay.
spent a lot of time with her on the telephone, and I required to give her the documents she needed to have, which I did. But it was just everything's so positive with Adoptive Vet. I mean, it is absolutely positive. There's nothing I can say negative about it. I witnessed in the hallway up there when I was waiting to go in, some of the veterans, and I could see, I thought I was senior at 83, but there's some guys older than I am. But I needed help. I needed help on my teeth. The last year, my 2 lower teeth, because of my gums, they just fell out of my hand. And so I started investigating what it would cost to have my teeth repaired. And like I earlier indicated, $6,000, $8,000, $9,000. I didn't have that kind of money to do that. I couldn't put it on payments. They wouldn't take payments. So I had to. And then all of a sudden, I broke a tooth one day, and one of my teeth broke because I was carrying a chariot, and I was so stressed out, what am I going to do? And then the Adoptive Vet program came up, and I talked to Charlotte. And I said, boy, I'm in.
And what were we able to do?
You did everything. They actually had an oral surgeon, Dr. Myatt.
Dr. Myatt, yep.
Dr. Myatt, which is a great guy. I always bring him Cheetos. Anyway, they pulled 5 of my teeth, and then they repaired some of the teeth that had cavities. Mm-hmm. So I'm all set up now on my next trip to maybe start getting the bridges.
Okay.
Everything's been on time, agreed, and such a great staff up there.
So you're in the middle of our program still.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I love seeing the progress. You know, we see you guys, some of you guys, teeth down to the nubs, you know, down to your gums, all the way to full restoration. How has it changed your day-to-day life just by slowly improving? You feel inside that when you go outside, you're not. I mean, I talked to a lot of people, professionals, people you would know. Brian Sandoval, our governor, is a very good friend of mine, and I was going to meet with him, but I didn't want to go because of my teeth. I walk in, I got no teeth. It's psychological to me. They'll accept me because they've known me for so many years, but it's just getting them fixed and getting that stress off your life. Yeah. Yeah. Do you have a funny story from being in the military or memorable story? Anything you can share with us?
Yeah, I think probably one of the things I really remember that was funny, we were I was with HMR 161 in Kaneohe, Hawaii, which is a Marine helicopter squadron. And I was I was temporary TAD to HMX-1 when President Eisenhower came in. And we were supplying, they brought in 4 white tops. This is a helicopter you see, the back of which you see the white tops on. Those are all VIP aircraft. And we were supposed to, the president was supposed to come back from Waikiki area by helicopter back to Kaneohe. But he didn't do this. He decided to come back by motorcade. So the 2 pilots that were flying his helicopter, which was number 1, Marine 1, they decided to bring back some press people in the helicopter. And when the helicopter landed, everybody was there waiting. They knew the president wasn't in there, but we had an E8 master sergeant that was in charge of the line and everything. He walked up the helicopter behind me when the helicopter came in. I was directing the helicopter in. And the major that was flying the helicopter, he dropped his helmet down to this master sergeant. But before he did that, about 4 people from Associated Press, the old time, come out of that helicopter. Well, that helicopter is a top secret helicopter with electronics gear in it. If anybody breaks the code and gets in that helicopter that's not cleared for it, we have to do a major check and fly it for 4 hours. Art Himmelberg, that was the master sergeant, looked up at this major and said, Major, he said, the next time you bring anybody other than what's authorized in this helicopter, you will not come back on the next Westback. Do you understand me, sir? This is a master sergeant talking to a major. And that major said, I'm really sorry, Art. He said, I'm sure it won't happen again. He said, you can bet it's not going to happen again. That's the story I can tell you. That was a real funny story.
All right. Well, do you have any other questions?
You know, you talked about your brothers, and 1 out of 5. What areas were your brothers in? What other?
Well, my brother Bob, which was the oldest brother, and my brother Jerry were both drill instructors in San Diego for quite a few years.
Marine Corps Recruit Depot.
Marine Corps San Diego. Now, they were drill instructors when I went through, so that wasn't my drill instructors, but it made it 10 times worse on me. And the fact is that I think in the 5th or 6th week, they said we could go see a movie. And when I came back from the movie, unbeknownst to me, there were 6 Hershey bars under my pillow that I got snuck over and got what they call pogey bag. So within about a half an hour, I'm standing out in front of the formation with my coat on backwards, my hat on backwards, and I got a recruit on one side of me unwrapping Hershey bars. I got a guy on this side with a warm canteen, and I ate 6 Hershey bars. Now, I don't know if you've ever eaten 6 Hershey bars, but I think I got about the 5th. I got them all down, but I'll tell you, I haven't eaten a Hershey bar since then. And that was the thing, but all my brothers, and my brother Dick was in, he was a sergeant. Jerry was a corporal. Bob was a staff sergeant, same rank I was, 85. And then, Tom, he was in Korea. He was the first one in the Marines. He came out as sergeant. He passed away in 1968. But all 5 of us were Marines. Everybody was a sergeant, except for Jerry. I think Jerry was a corporal. All of us are sergeants. And my stepfather was a master sergeant, one of the first E8s in the Army.
Wow.
So
nice.
The Army recruited 5 Marines.
We just want to thank you for your service, and we want you to know we're very grateful for what you and your brothers did, and we just appreciate you coming down and talking to us.
You bet.
And we can't wait to meet with you again.